Hey guys, so I wanted to do a quick little comparison review here of the new Galaxy A9 2016 and the old Galaxy Note 5, which is not really that old, but you know, it is getting on a little bit now. I wanted to see which one is more worth buying here. I think you can get the Galaxy A9 for a little bit cheaper. Both of them coming with very similar software experiences, but some slight differences in terms of the actual day-to-day like specs, as well as the advantages. I think I think the main advantage you may be looking at the A9 for is in terms of the massive 6-inch display here, which if you're coming from a Nexus 6 or Xperia Z Ultra, some people are very used to this massive form factor and can't go down beyond that. It particularly comes into benefit when you're someone who likes to travel a lot, consume a lot of media, and I have noticed, like, when multitasking, you do get a little bit more kind of information on the screen. Maybe I can just show you here, just looking at the Play Store. So if we just go to the home here, and then if we go to the multitasking mode, and then you can get something on here as well. So basically you can see we have a much bigger area here to engage in the multitasking, whereas if you did the same on the Note, it is a nice area in itself, but I don't think it feels a little bit more cramped than the one here. So that is something to bear in mind here. Obviously with the Note 5 you do get the integration of the S Pen, but not everyone does actually use that. And for those of you who are wondering, does the S Pen actually work here with the A9? Unfortunately not. It doesn't have the Wacom technology, obviously, that you do get on the Note 5. So do bear that in mind. There are some differences as well in terms of the raw specifications. We're getting a Snapdragon 650 processor with the Adreno 510 in this particular model of the A9. I think on the day I literally received this, Samsung released probably a Pro version as well that you can get, which is even better. But obviously the Note 5 is coming with the Exynos 7420 Octa with the Mali T76 MP8. So basically I'm expecting good things from the gaming here, but I don't think the raw performance is going to be quite up there with the Note 5. Generally I've been very impressed actually with the performance of the Snapdragon 650 processor. It seems to be a massive improvement over the Snapdragon 615, which was a horrible processor in many respects. Well, not that bad, but it wasn't the best processor. But you can definitely see here, going in and out of stuff, nice affair here. Not a huge real difference comparing to the Note 5. So I don't think performance is going to be a massive issue. Some people might turn their nose up and think it's a very expensive price for the spec, but I think you're paying for the whole package here when it comes to the A9. You're paying for the premium build quality, which feels absolutely fantastic on the back. We can compare here with the Note 5 build quality. You can see the Note 5 does have the nice curve going down it on the back here, which does give it a little bit more kind of definition, I think, when lying on a table. But this camera lens does jut out a little bit more than the new A9 as well as the S7 series phones, so they have fixed that. But I think generally in terms of the layout of the stuff, such as your ports at the bottom here, very similar really, so not a massive difference in that aspect. But I think you do get the heartbeat sensor on the Note 5 obviously, but you don't get that on the A9. Also the A9 is coming with 13 megapixel shooter here, which is supporting, I think, full HD video recording. We can just have a look at the camera apps here, see what the main differences are. So if we go to the mode, you can see we are getting, I think, some more modes here on the Note 5, some of which I never actually use, and I should really start using them, like the YouTube live broadcast. That looks absolutely fantastic mode on the Note 5 S6 Edge Plus that you can do. You can do your HDR Your Pro mode as well is supported on both of them, but I don't think it supports 4K video recording. So that if that's an issue, you will want to go pay a little bit more for the Note 5 here. So obviously getting 16 megapixel as well on the Note 5. According to the specifications, we are getting optical image stabilization on the A9, so that should be quite good for your low light shooting and video stability, which is nice. In terms of the front facing cameras, like for those of you like your selfies, I think the 8 megapixel camera is going to do you a little bit better on the A9 compared to the 5 megapixel on the Note 5. Definitely would have liked to have seen, I think, a little bit more kind of higher camera here. This also has f1.9 as well for selfies, like when you're in dark places, so that's pretty awesome. Another massive difference here is the battery capacities. We're getting a 4000 mAh battery in the A9, which that is quite monstrous. I don't think it's as big as some other batteries on the market right now. I think we do have some phones coming out with like 5,000, but like the Mate 8, I think this is going to be an amazing stayer when it comes to the battery life. You do get obviously the ultra power saving modes, power saving, as well as all the good stuff here. So you can see it does need like a big battery to power this massive screen, but it isn't actually a 2K display like the Note 5. The Note 5 has a 2K display. This is a Full HD 367 PPI versus 518 PPI in the Note 5. Is it noticeable? Probably. If you say that this is more stretched out compared to the Note 5 here, if we really zoom in on some of these apps here, you might see a little bit of a difference when it comes to the, if it will focus, when it comes to the apps here. If we just line up the S Health on both of them, you might be able to see that the Note 5 is a little bit sharper there, but then again, they're both AMOLED. They're both very beautiful and look fantastic from any viewing angles. That's one thing I do fear a little bit about bigger phones. Do the display look low res because of it's so stretched out? But you're not going to have that issue here, I don't think. And I think we're getting support for micro SD in the A9, but you don't get that on the Note 5, which is a big annoyance really, but hopefully they will bring that back for the Note 6. So I think those are the main issues here, main differences. Corning Gorilla Glass 4, I think, on both of them. Fingerprint sensors, obviously, fast charge support, all the good stuff like your GLONASS, etc. So I'll definitely look forward to comparing the raw day-to-day speed and camera on the A9 when I do get round to it. And so far it looks like a device which compares quite well here to Samsung's best. In fact, Samsung's really blurring the lines here between its best handsets and the A series, which to me there's not really a massive appreciable difference when it comes to the actual price. Yeah, just a quick little comparison here between the A9 and the Note 5. I'll definitely do some other comparisons as well before putting it to the works. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.